what do Catwoman and Christy Brinkley have in common? Well, they've both been vegan or vegetarian, and both of them have ended up with fractured bones from relatively minor trauma. Vegan and vegetarian diets have both been associated with increased rates of fracture, osteopenia, and weakened bones. This is something that is very, very strongly shown in the literature. Vegans particularly have even worse outcomes when it comes to bone health compared to vegetarians. Now, Christy Brinkley had broken her arm while practicing for Dancing with the Stars. She had to drop out of the competition because of that. She later shared on Instagram that despite being a lifelong plant-based vegetarian, she was going to have to add fish back into her diet to help her with her recovery. What about Catwoman, aka Michelle Pfeiffer? So she played Catwoman back in 1992. She actually broke her arm just getting out of the bathtub. And guess what? Unsurprisingly, she was following a plant-based diet at the time. All right, we'll be back with another Catwoman in just a second, but here's another one. Remember, Ashley Judd, sister of Naomi Judd, the country and western singer, also had her problems with a plant-based diet and fractures. Now, Ashley apparently has been vegetarian for many, many years and eating a quote-unquote healthy, well-balanced diet. She replaced milk with soy milk. Do you think soy provides the same level of nutrition and calcium as they have in calcium milk? Well, let's see what the Mayo Clinic has to say about that. They say that not only does dairy have a greater concentration of calcium, but it's also better absorbed than it is in soy milk. It's probably not surprised at all. Now, Ashley's very adventurous. She went out to the Congo to do research on the bonobo, which is a type of primate that is endangered. She tripped, fell over a tree, and shattered her tibia, undergoing a compound fracture. So basically the bone was sticking out. She was at high risk for infection. She ended up having to be stuck in the jungle. It took her 55 hours to get her out of there. 6 men and a motorcycle were required to get her to the hospital. She underwent surgery. When she got to the hospital, her leg had no pulse. She needed a blood transfusion and an 8-hour surgery. Now, just a week ago, a study was published looking at the risk of fractures between meat eaters, pescatarian, and vegetarian. As you guys might guess the results, of course, they looked at over 400,000 people, concluded that vegetarian men and women had much higher risks of fracture than regular meat eaters did. Okay, let's see what happened to the latest Catwoman. She played Fantine in Les Miserables and basically starved herself on a vegan diet to lose 25 pounds for the role. She became frail, and of course it cost her a broken arm. Later, she was cast in the sci-fi thriller Interstellar. Her co-star Matt Damon observed that she seemed tired a lot, was having trouble performing in the bulky, heavy spacesuit. He suggested she might consider eating some meat, and later said so she had a piece of salmon and her brain felt like a computer rebooting, so her brain turned back on basically. And that is how Catwoman, not surprisingly, was saved by salmon. So cats kind of like fish, and as it would happen, that this vegan recovered her health by eating, in a way that's appropriate for humans. Okay, I hope you had fun watching this lighthearted look at some vegan diets, broken bones, and Catwomen. If you'd like to see how a woman in her 60s was able to reverse osteoporosis using a carnivore diet, check out this interview right over here, guys. I think it's quite fascinating to see that, even if you develop osteoporosis, it is something you can potentially turn around with appropriate nutrition. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, get some meat in your mouth and get healthy, guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon.